Hey, everybody, it's Matthew Reinhart, and today we're going to make something as a tribute. Recently, a very amazing and talented children's book illustrator that's inspired me very much, and I know has inspired millions of other people across the world, Eric Carle, passed away. And I only got to meet him once, and he was always really lovely to me. He was an amazing artist. He's best known for, of course, let's see if we can give you a hint. Where is that? Oh, yeah. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which everybody I think has probably read from when they were really young. But he made up to, I think he made like 70 books over his entire career, and he loved nature. He loved nature, and it really shows in the work that he did. Two other books that I really know that from my childhood are Brown Bear, What You See. Also, there was another one called Blue Horse. And he just loved, his work was so beautiful and colorful, and he made all these amazing, the style of art that he did was called cut paper collage. And he would make these beautiful different papers and paint them and cut them up and glue them into place. And I do that sometimes with my own work, but not nearly as masterfully as Eric Carle did. So thank you, Eric Carle. And today we're going to make a really fun pop-up caterpillar card in honor of the amazing Eric Carle. Thank you, Eric Carle, for everything you did for us and getting us excited about reading and making us see the world in much brighter colors. So should we get started? All right, let's do it. Okay, so like I said before, there are, or maybe I didn't, but there are templates that you can download. You just click on the link, click, and then you download the templates here, and you print them out onto cardstock. Now, you can use any color cardstock you'd like. I'm just using white because it's just easiest. And cardstock, remember, it's a little bit heavier than regular paper. You can also print out online. You can find a picture of the Very Hungry Caterpillar online, and if you can find one that's about the same size as our caterpillar, we can use that for our pop-up. Or I've got another idea too, what we can do. So in case you can't print out in color. So let's get started with these templates, okay? What do we do first when we get these templates, right? Gosh, I've never done a craft with you, Matthew, before. Well, there are two types of lines on our templates, the black lines that is, and you can see there's a dotted black line, that's going to be where the fold is, and the solid black line is where the cut is. So let's get started doing the folds, and when we use the folds and we do something to those dotted lines, we do something called scoring. So we're going to take, let me see, a ruler. I know I have a funky triangle shaped ruler here. We're going to take a ruler and, where is that paper clip? Oh, they always get away from me. Let me go find one. I got one. You want a paper clip that's, pretty good size, a pretty big one. Okay? So we're going to take that paper clip. I'm going to zoom on in so we can see a little bit. You're so far away. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Okay. So here are our templates. And what do we do first when we do these templates? Well, let's make it a little brighter. Let's look on in here. Ow, it's so bright. Let's take our paper clip and let's take our ruler. And we're going to line up the edge here. Let's get down in here closer because I just love to get really close to my jagged looking hands here. All right, we're going to take along each dotted line, and we're going to take our paper clip, and I'm just going to rub it along the edge, kind of like that, and press it into the paper just a bit so that we are sort of pre-creasing the paper, so that it's easier to fold. So this is called scoring we're scoring the dotted lines. Those are where the folds are going to be. So I'm just pressing slightly, and I'm using my ruler as a straight edge. You don't have to use a ruler. You could use like a straight piece of cardboard, or you could use, what else do I have? You could use a straight ruler. You could use anything that you can have to use as a straight edge if you want. Edge of a box, if you wanted to. But I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use my paper clip, just that round part, to press into the paper and score it. So I'm just following where all of those, and the reason why we do this, it just makes it so much easier to fold. Essentially what we're doing is we're kind of breaking the little paper fibers, tiny paper fibers, and so that they'll be easier to fold. Let's see, I did all those. Sometimes, you know what I do? I sort of feel it, and I can see, did I do them all? Yep, okay, so those are all done. And we just have one on this template here. This is going to be the base page. Oh, I love Eric Carle's artwork. Oh my gosh. And he really understood how animals looked. I always loved that. Even though they were, slightly impressionistic, the way, the style of his animals, they still were like really very close to what animals look like. And I love that. I love that because I'm a big animal fan. I'm a big zoology fan. And it always bugs me when people draw or make artwork with the animal not right. And so I think that's why I loved his work, because he understood anatomy so well on animals. All right, so next we're going to cut out, let's get this big, look at how huge this thing is. All right, next we're going to cut out all these pieces. And how do we know which pieces to cut out or where to cut? We follow the solid black line. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to get a nice pair of scissors, and I'm going to start cutting out all these pieces. I'm just going to follow along the black solid line. And sometimes, if it's too uncomfortable for you to cut out, your pieces on a big sheet of paper like this, look, just do this. All right, I cut it out. Oh, that's a little easier to handle. Sometimes it is. And then when I'm cutting out stuff, what I do is I move the paper. See how that goes? And that way, I'm not moving my scissors so much. I'm moving the paper so it's easier to get into all those little spaces. Look at that. So see, I kind of keep my scissors mostly in one position, but then I kind of move the paper to follow along. And and then the other thing that I do is take my time when I'm cutting out. Take your time doing it, because you want it to look good, right? You want to make sure that you get the pieces cut out right. Sometimes you have to take it slow. Around certain corners, you got to take it slow. And if you mess up, it doesn't matter. We can always fix it later. It's no big deal. A little tape, I can always fix it, but we're just going to take our time cutting around those edges. It's actually kind of relaxing to do if you think about it. That's why so many people love making crafts now, and I just love thinking up crafts to share with you. Let's see, we gotta get that part. That's kind of hard. Okay, there's that piece. Okay, so next what we're going to do is now we've got everything scored, right? Everything has been pre-scored so that we know where the folds are because we have those dotted lines. Plus, we used our handy-dandy paper clip. Don't lose that. You get back here, you. Okay, now we just have everything pre-fold, so it should be easy to fold. There's that line. Let's pre-fold it. This is the base page for our card. Super easy. So that's one. That's pre-folded. Now this piece, this looks kind of tricky. We're going to do it. We're going to fold it down the middle. See how easy it is to fold now because it's already been scored. Let's scrap of paper to stay on there. Okay, so that's already then we got to fold this going this way. And this is a V fold right here. This is a V. Now watch how this is going to go. We're going to fold this. Let's fold this first this way. And then we're going to see how I'm pushing my finger in here? Look at that. I'm pushing it there. And look, that's how it folds. Just like that. That's a V fold. See how it moves? You can always check out my Pop-Up Masterclass to find out a little bit more about how to do V folds. This is a V fold right here. And we're going to fold that big tab right there. See that? And then what do we do again? All right, so we know this is a V fold, right? Because we can see that V shape. So watch this. I'm just going to push it in and see how it just folds automatically. Look at that. Look at that. So that's all folded just right. That's going to need to fold like that. And then this piece here. All right, now this one's really weird. So it's going to go like this. We're going to fold it like this. And then like this. Kind of like an accordion. And see how easy it is? Once you've got those scored lines, that folds right there. It's going to be like an accordion, watch. And this folds here. And this folds here. So look at how that is. It's like zigzag. That is our caterpillar piece. All right, let's get to building. We need some glue. This is just regular craft glue, by the way, everyone. And let's get started. Okay, now I know, even though I cut it out of my piece of paper. Let's see, let me get my scraps. Where's that other scrap? Oh. Okay, let's get some glue. And let's start assembling. Now we have this piece here. This is the base page. And we're going to glue, okay, so we need to glue these tabs, glue A and B. And how do we know if these are A and B? Well, on our original, on the leftover scraps paper, see, that's A and that's B, okay? Good thing I kept that. All right, now we're going to put some glue on the base page here on these gray areas because you'll see, like, look, those tabs fit right on top on both sides. Look at that, see? That's A and B. So what we do is we take some glue. And again, this is just like regular old craft glue, like Elmer's glue, or you could use a glue stick if you wanted to as well, but I like doing these. And see, I kind of painted in to that space. See, if I have a little nozzle on there, you can just sort of paint it just in the gray area. There we go. And now let's center this base. This piece here has a center, and that needs to line up with the center of this. And what we can do is we can just sort of line it up in the center. Oh, let's go right on those gray areas, right? I'm going to just check on the back side. Is that lined up on the back up there? Oh, that's pretty good. So it's lined up along the center. Both sides are glued down. Make sure you don't glue any of these tabs over this central folder or they won't fold right. And you can see I'm also pressing. Let's move in here. Let's look at this. I'm pressing down with my finger here just to make sure it sits in place. Now watch. This is how it's going to close. Like that. You press it and close it and smash it. Look at that. That's how it moves. Now, if yours does this, we don't want that, right? We don't want it to do that. All you have to do, watch. If yours are going out, just push it in. Look. Oh no, mine's not doing it right. What do I do, Matthew? Look, calm down. It's no big deal. Push it out. So it can do that. All right? So those are two V-folds, and this is one V-fold right here. So they're all three working together. So this is the under pop for our caterpillar. So let's glue this one on here. Now, how do we know this is C, E, and D? So how do we know which one is which? Well, I actually kept the paper here so we would know which one is which. So let's look. So this area is C, that's E up there, and that's D. All right? So now we know. And what's nice about this, it was really nice of me to do this, was I actually made the tabs shaped like the caterpillar. See? So that part there is going to glue on there. His butt, rear end here. I was going to say butt. Ooh, I said it anyways. Ooh. This C is going to go right there. And then CE, it's going to go right in the back right there. Okay? So let's get our glue out. Here's the glue. I'm going to start with C. I'm going to put just some glue on that gray area. And D. Just like that. And I just painted it in there. You don't want to use too much. Don't use too much, because then it'll be a big puddle everywhere. My hands will be sticking. I'll be like, yeah. And it'll never get up unless it's a big mess. We don't want to overdo it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure this central line is lined up kind of like that. See how that it goes? We're going to make sure that that shape around that edge glues down. And we're going to do the same with this side. And then see if it's a little off like that, you just move it. And now also make sure that when you are gluing those two parts down, I'm going to get in there close. When you're getting in there, make sure this is all flat. See how flat it goes? Look at how flat that goes. So it should go flat. And you're going to glue that down. So that's the head, that's the tail. And now let's see. Let's pull back a little. Give myself some room. We don't need these anymore because we know which ones are which. Okay. Now watch. Now it's closing, but there's one more part we have to glue down. You see it? E. Let's get that. I'll put a little glue right there on E. And let's turn it over. And see, it's just going to glue onto the back right there. See how it's glued on there? Let's turn it over and see. Just glues right there. And this is not going to fold. Okay, so let's watch. We've glued them all in place. And it should fold really nicely. And now when you open it, look. That caterpillar sort of inches forward. Look at that. And it kind of crunches up. So that's how it works. Let's see. See how it works? Sort of makes an accordion on the inside. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. All right, so we made our pop, but it's time to decorate it. So let's start decorating. Now, there are two ways for us to decorate this pop-up. And, well, there are many ways we could decorate it. We could just draw on our caterpillar using this art as our guide. So we could use markers or crayons and use that. We could also, if we printed something out the same size, we can cut it out. Now watch what I'm going to do with this. We're going to save this one for the other way we're going to do it. Now I'm going to cut this out, and I'm just going to, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to cut around the edges, kind of like this. Now the way that Eric Carle made his artwork, he would paint these huge pieces of paper, all these beautiful colors, and he would have hundreds, thousands of different papers. He actually has a children's artwork museum in Massachusetts that if you ever get the chance to go, you should go to. I need to go up there and visit it. It's beautiful. And it shows all the way he used to make artwork. So, okay, here we go. I've cut out this caterpillar, and you can see it almost fits exactly. But in order for this to, we can't just glue this straight on here. That pop-up will not work as well if we just glued this right on. Here's what we need to do. What we're going to do is we're going to put our caterpillar in this spot, just like that. We're going to take a ruler. Let's see if I got a normal ruler around here somewhere. They're all huge. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. We're going to take this ruler, okay? And I can see that we're going to just line it up right here. And I'm going to take a pencil. Nice pencil. That'll work. And I'm just going to mark it down the center here. See where that center line is? And I'm going to cut it. Now, the reason why I'm cutting it is we can't glue a piece of paper over another fold. The pop-up won't work as well. So, we're going to divide this caterpillar up into pieces along the folds. So I'm going to do one right here because we can see that's where the fold is. Let's see. Or you could do this. This is even better, Matthew. You could do this. We can fold it right here. So we know that's where one fold is. And then we'll fold this up. And that's where we know the other fold is. So now that we've got those fold lines, look at that. I'm just going to take my pair of scissors. Cut along those folds. Just like that. So now we have, and then see how, now when we glue this on, we're going to give it a little space. I'm going to move in here real close so you can see. Okay, now I already did the rest of the caterpillar just like I did the front. I forgot to turn on the camera, sorry. But done, anyways, you can see how that's done now. Look at that. So it's just like I did the rest of this. This side I did, and you can do the remainder just like I just did. All right, everyone, I'll see you next time. Oh, be sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed making this craft. And you can hit the bell down below to get notified for any future videos that come up, because I'm always making new ones. Take care. See you next time.